I remember the day my world shattered like it was yesterday. It was my 65th birthday, a milestone I had quietly hoped would bring some semblance of family warmth back into my life. After my husband, Richard, passed away from cancer 15 years ago, I had poured every ounce of my energy and my savings into my daughter, Emily. She was my only child, the light of my life. Or so I thought. But as I sat alone in my modest kitchen that morning, staring at the untouched cake I had baked for myself, the silence was deafening. No call from Emily, no card, not even a text. It was as if I didn't exist. 15 years. That's how long I had been her personal bank, her safety net, her enabler. It started innocently enough after the divorce from her father when she was just a teenager. No, wait. Richard was her stepfather, but he treated her like his own. My first marriage ended badly, leaving me with Emily and a pile of debts. Richard came into our lives like a guardian angel, marrying me and adopting Emily without hesitation. He worked 2 jobs to put her through private school, and when he died, he left us both a comfortable inheritance. But I used most of mine to keep Emily afloat. College was the first big expense. Emily wanted to go to a prestigious university out of state, majoring in art history because it spoke to her soul. I didn't bat an eye. I cashed in some bonds and paid the tuition, room and board, even her sorority fees. "Mom, you're the best," she'd say over the phone, her voice bubbly with excitement. But visits home became rare. She was too busy with parties, trips to Europe on study abroad programs I funded, and building her network. After graduation, the requests didn't stop. "Mom, I need a car to get to job interviews." So I bought her a sleek SUV. Nothing extravagant, but reliable. Then came the apartment in the city. I can't commute from the suburbs. It's killing my vibe. Down payment on a condo? Check. Furnishings? Check. And when she met Derek, her future husband, the expenses escalated. "Mom, he's the one. Can you help with the engagement ring? We're a little short." I wired the money, smiling through the phone as she gushed about how perfect he was. The wedding was the pinnacle of my sacrifices. Emily dreamed of a destination affair in Hawaii. White sands, ocean views, the works. I couldn't afford the whole thing, but I contributed $20,000, nearly wiping out my emergency fund. "Mom, it's going to be magical," she promised. But when the invitations went out, mine never arrived. I called her, confused. "Oh, Mom," she laughed lightly. "It's a small, intimate thing. Just close friends and Derek's family. You understand, right? Flights are so expensive, and we wanted to keep it low-key." Low-key? The photos on social media told a different story. Lavish floral arches, a string quartet, guests in designer gowns. Derek's parents beaming beside the happy couple. Emily in a $5,000 dress, toasting with champagne. And me? Sitting at home, scrolling through the posts, feeling like a ghost in my own daughter's life. She had forgotten to invite me, but not forgotten to cash my checks. That birthday, the one where I turned 65 alone, was the breaking point. I had given her everything, over $300,000 in total by my calculations. College, $150,000. Car, $25,000. Condo down payment, $50,000. Wedding, $20,000. And countless little things, vacations, clothes, even her gym membership, all from Richard's inheritance and my pension from years as a school teacher. What did I get in return? A few obligatory holiday visits, always rushed, always with her hand out for more. The phone rang that evening, jolting me from my pity party. It was Emily, her voice laced with tears. "Mom? Oh God, Mom, everything's falling apart." Derek had left her, cheated with his secretary, cleaned out their joint account, and filed for divorce. And to top it off, she was pregnant, 3 months along. "I can't do this alone, Mom. The condo payments are due, and I lost my job last month. Please, I need help." I listened, my heart aching despite the resentment bubbling inside. This was my daughter, carrying my grandchild. But then I remembered the wedding photos, the forgotten birthday, the years of being treated like an ATM. "Emily, I said calmly. I only help family who treat me like one. There was a stunned silence. What? Mom, what are you talking about? You're my mom. Of course we're family. Family invites each other to weddings. Family remembers birthdays. Family doesn't take and take without giving a shred of respect or love. She sobbed harder. Mom, please, I'm begging you. Just a loan, anything, for the baby. I hung up, my hands shaking. It was the first time I'd said no to her in 15 years. The calls escalated after that. First, pleading voicemails. Mom, I didn't mean to hurt you. The wedding was a mistake. I was stressed. Please call me back. Then texts with photos of ultrasound scans, tugging at my heartstrings. This is your grandbaby, Wom. Don't abandon us. Abandon? The word stung. I had never abandoned her, but as the days turned to weeks, her tone shifted from desperate to angry. If you don't help, I'll have no choice but to sell the condo. Is that what you want? Me homeless with your grandchild? I didn't respond. Instead, I did something I should have done years ago. I called a lawyer. Mr. Harlan was an old friend of Richard's, specializing in estates and family law. Evelyn, he said over coffee in his office, Richard was smarter than you know. Before he died, he set up a trust fund, not for Emily, for any future grandchildren. It bypasses her entirely. You control it as the trustee until the kids turn 18. I stared at him dumbfounded. Richard never mentioned it. Why? He saw the patterns early on. Emily's entitlement worried him. He wanted to ensure the money went to the next generation, not squandered. The trust was substantial, $500,000 invested wisely over the years, now worth nearly double. It could pay for the grandchild's education, healthcare, even a home one day. But Emily couldn't touch it. Only I could administer it for the child's benefit. When Emily found out, through a slip from a mutual friend, she exploded. She showed up at my door unannounced, her belly just starting to show under her designer coat. Mom, how could you? That's my money. Dad left it for the family. Richard left it for his grandchildren, I corrected firmly, not for you to blow on vacations or whatever scheme Derek had. Her face twisted in rage. You're unstable, Mom. Grief has messed with your head. Dad's death broke you, and now you're punishing me for it. Unstable? I laughed bitterly. I've managed my finances perfectly for years. You're the one who can't hold a job. She stormed out, but the threats began soon after. Emails from a lawyer demanding access to the trust. Your client is exhibiting signs of mental instability. We request a psychiatric evaluation to ensure she's fit to manage the funds. I showed it to Harlan. This is elder abuse, Evelyn. Financial exploitation. We can fight this. The lawsuit came swiftly. Emily sued for guardianship over me, claiming I was incapable due to emotional distress and possible dementia. She cited my sudden withdrawal of support as evidence of irrational behavior. Her witnesses? Derek's parents, who lied about seeing me confused at family events I wasn't invited to, and a former neighbor who claimed I forgot conversations. I was terrified. At 65, the last thing I wanted was a court battle, but Mr. Harlan was a bulldog. We'll expose her, Evelyn. Gather every receipt, every bank statement. I did. Boxes of documents, wire transfers, credit card bills I'd paid off for her, emails begging for more. It painted a clear picture of a daughter who saw her mother as a wallet, not a person. The court date loomed like a storm cloud. I dressed in my best suit, the one Richard had bought me for our anniversary. The courtroom was cold, sterile. Emily sat across from me, avoiding my eyes, her lawyer smirking confidently. Her side went first. Emily took the stand, tears streaming. My mom has always been my rock, but since Dad died, she's changed. She's hoarding money, cutting me off when I need her most. I'm pregnant, Your Honor. I just want what's best for her and the baby. Her lawyer presented evidence, a doctor's note from a psychiatrist she'd hired, claiming my refusal to meet with him was avoidant behavior indicative of decline. Then it was our turn. Mr. Harlan methodically dismantled their case. He presented the financial records, $300,000 plus in gifts over 15 years. This isn't support, it's exploitation. My client gave selflessly, only to be excluded from her daughter's wedding, forgotten on birthdays, and now vilified for saying no. I testified last, my voice steady despite the nerves. I loved Emily more than anything, but love isn't a blank check. When she needed me, I was there. When I needed her, just a call, an invitation, she wasn't. The trust is for my grandchild, to give them a chance Emily never appreciated. The judge, a stern woman in her 60s, deliberated for an hour. Her ruling was swift. The petition for guardianship is denied. Mrs. Evelyn Thompson is clearly competent. Furthermore, the evidence suggests a pattern of financial abuse by the petitioner. I advise Miss Emily Reynolds to seek employment rather than litigation. Emily's face crumpled. She approached me after, whispering, "Mom, please, I didn't mean..." But I walked away, head high. It was over. In the months that followed, life transformed. The baby, a girl named Lily after my mother, arrived healthy. Emily, facing eviction, finally got a job as a gallery assistant, then a second as a waitress. She learned to budget, to hustle. Derek, he slunk back, but she kicked him out for good. As for me, I accessed the trust for Lily's needs, diapers, doctor visits, but nothing for Emily. Instead, I traveled. First to Paris, sketching in cafes like Emily once did on my dime, then Italy, Greece. I even took a cruise with old friends. But the best part? Bonding with Lily. Emily, humbled, allowed supervised visits. Grandma, Lily calls me now, her tiny hands in mine as we walk the park. We read books, bake cookies, the things I dreamed of with Emily. Freedom tastes sweet, indeed. No more guilt, no more empty wallet. Just me living the life Richard wanted for us. And Emily, she's learning, slowly, that family isn't about what you take, it's about what you give.